got delayed a bit on this project because the fellow I took this lawnmower deck to, he didn't go ahead and start blasting, and held me up for about a week and never did blast anything on it. So I had to go to his place and get it back and take it somewhere else. But the fellow I took it to, he did a good job. So now we got a nice clean deck. I'm working on the bottom of it here to put some primer on, which probably most people wouldn't do, but I kind of want this thing to last for a while, and if you don't wash the grass out from under the mower deck, that wet grass tends to, rust the heck out of it. And of course, when it gets rusty, the grass wants to stick even worse because it's rough as a cob. So, what I'm doing here now is just laying a little bit of red oxide primer on, just Rust-Oleum, just doing it with a brush. I'm interested in this mower lasting for a while and not looking beautiful. That's not my purpose for this. I want to use this mower. I want to mow my grass, and usually by the 20th of April you got to mow, at least in Ohio. So that's coming pretty soon. I don't have that many days to get this thing going. So I kind of got stopped on my motorcycle project there because I gotta get a lawnmower going here. So, and I don't think the new lawnmowers are as good as the old Lawn Boy. So, and besides that, I'm a big two-stroke fan. I like two-stroke engines, and I think they're the least amount of trouble, and they do take some maintenance. You have to look after them and check them once in a while, but anyways, that's my purpose here. So that's why the primer's going on. I have the mower all with a coat of primer on it now, red oxide Rust-Oleum primer, and put some wax paper on my sawhorses here, just keep it from sticking to the sawhorse when I take it off. But other than that, that's as fancy as I'm getting with it. Don't want to make too good a paint job. I might be tempted to have to wax the lawnmower, and I don't want to do that. Putting the wheel assemblies on here, these are the things that set the level of the mower when you're mowing. This back one, it kind of confused me a little bit. There are some drawings on the internet you can get to show you how it works, but this axle actually hooks onto this kind of a U-shaped piece that goes under the mower. It doesn't quite show it that way on the drawing, but that's where it goes, underneath. And it goes through this bushing for the drive, and that, when you engage the clutch, what you're actually doing is moving the wheels up to the roller and down. So I suppose the mower actually is moving up and down a little bit in the back as you engage and disengage the drive. And then these drive rollers go on with just a roll pin goes in that hole that you drive through there, and that's what drives the whole thing. And you fill these holes with grease, and it greases these bushings. You got a screw that goes in there, and you fill it with grease, put the screw in, and that'll force the grease in there. You don't need a grease gun for this. This gearbox you do need a grease gun for, so I put some grease in there. The gearbox is all greased. But anyways, that's how this whole mechanism works. It moves the wheel into this roller. It's like this thing's about ready to offer up the engine now. I got the wheels greased and back on there. And well, I'm putting this on the wrong way and I gotta go this way. There we go. Muffler gotta fit in there a certain way. There we are. Now it looks like 3 bolts and the engine will be on there. Next thing I have to do is put the rope starter into this hole. I guess you can see it here. There's a hole right here, and there's a, oddly enough, the only place I've seen on this lawnmower, an Allen bolt here to use as a giant set screw. And that set screw is supposed to clamp down on this. It's not really a flat, it's a turn down spot on this rope starter. The rope starter has a lot of rope on it. You can see how it works. Now this is the way I tested it for spark. Plugged in the spark plug into the coil and laid my spark plug against this metal here and watched for a spark in here. You won't be able to see it because the lights are on in here, but then you give the rope starter a pull and you can see the spark snapping across the gap in there. So we got that fixed. I put a crimped on connector and soldered it too to make sure it doesn't pull off on this kill switch, because I got rid of that safety thing with the cable that was actuated, and then I'll put this wire up on the handlebar someplace with a kill switch button to stop the thing. Now one of the modifications I did was to get rid of the little safety brake they had on here, which worked with a cable on this side of the handlebars here. And what it did is it put a brake against the flywheel and killed the ignition. So I got rid of the safety brake, and to kill the ignition I just put electric wire. The kill switch comes from the engine up here, and this is just a push button. I'll probably paint this red so it's more visible, and that's what I used to stop it.